Have you ever thought of starting your own business? Making your life your own? Now's the time. To get started. Hello, Starting a Business Simplified listeners. Suzy Rains here. And in this episode of Starting a Business Simplified, I'm going to announce an exciting new thing that's happening in 2024. So, in this episode, I'm going to go over this new community that I'm creating specifically for you, the listener, and you, the watcher. Those of you that are watching me on YouTube or in Spotify, video podcasting is my new thing that I'm doing in 2024. I've shared that in other episodes. And this episode is all about community. So, I know I have hundreds of listeners out there, maybe thousands. All I know is what I look on my analytics to see. But I just want to say, those of you that are listening, thank you. I so appreciate your support, that you're following me, listening and learning, getting inspired and coming up with new ideas for your business, all of those beautiful things that we do as a community. But I don't want to be alone. I don't want to feel like it's one sided. I really want to hear from you. I want to know what's helpful for you. What episodes have you resonated with? What episodes would you like to hear more in the similar way? Do you want more guest speakers? What types of guests do you want? All the things. I want to know all the things. I want to know everything. So I started my podcast a year ago and it was Inspired Action. I talk about inspired action all the time. I just hit record and started. This year is a little bit different. This year, I'm a little more organized. I kind of know what I'm doing. It's easier than it was. And I just want to share what's going on with me. I want you as the listener to know what things I'm doing. I'm going to do some behind the scenes. What's it like to have a podcast? How is my setup? What do I do? How do I edit? What am I using? For those people that are interested, I also am going to share more about me personally, who I am, what I do in my personal life. I know some of you know, and have, if you've listened to other podcast episodes, my husband and I are full-time RVers. We live in a 44-foot toy hauler. We travel the Western United States, which is amazing, and we love it. Currently, we're in Colorado. It's snowing outside right now. It actually was really sunny this morning, and then it got dark, and now it's snowing. So we have an interesting life that I want to share with you as the listeners. And a way for me to do that is to build a community where you can interact with me and each other. So the beautiful thing is I really want you to interact with each other as much as you interact with me. And it's going to be in a Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group, Starting a Business Simplified podcast listeners group. If you search that in Facebook in groups, you will find it and you can click to join. When you join, it is a private group. This means it's safe. I wanted a safe place for people to come that is where you can share, ask questions, interact with me. I will be in there regularly. I will be sharing things that I don't share on the podcast. If you're listening just on the podcast or on YouTube, it's all going to be things that are just for the community. So we're going to get to know each other and really support each other in our business journey. It's going to be talking about inspirational stories. I'm going to have the guest speakers. Some of them are community members and they're in there so you can talk to them. So if there's an episode that you loved and there was a guest speaker on and you want to chat with them, you'll have access to that. So I'm going to put it in the show notes and you're going to hear me say it more and more, just so that for those people that maybe didn't listen to this episode, you're going to know that how you can interact with me personally and in a safe environment, community of Starting a Business Simplified podcast listeners. And I'm so excited about this. This is something that was kind of there. I was thinking about it. And then I was like, you know what? Just do it. So I do talk about this on my podcast in other episodes. I'm always referring to other episodes because there's so much going on in this head of mine that I'm always coming up with ideas. I want you to know, as a new business owner, it's okay to take messy action. So what did I do today? I was in a mastermind with a group of ladies that I mastermind with, and I recommend that you surround yourself with other entrepreneurs as a new business owner to be able to ask questions, get support, and that type of thing. And this is a mastermind that I'm in with other beautiful ladies. Some of them have been guests on my podcast. And we were just talking today and supporting each other and everything. And they confirmed to me that I needed a Facebook group for my listeners because I've been thinking about it, but I haven't had the confidence, really. Yes, I'm human, to just dive in and do it because it is a community. It will take a little more time because people will be in there interacting and things like that. So I'm going to encourage you as listeners, when you get into that community, really talk to each other. It's not about me. It is about the podcast because that's what the goal of it is to really help know what it is you guys want to hear and what I can bring to help you through the podcast. But it's not the Suzy show. It's a community. And I want all of you to feel comfortable interacting with each other, getting to know each other, and sharing what you're doing, asking questions about your business journey and those types of things. So it's really important to me that you know it's a safe space. It is monitored. I will make sure that there isn't anything crazy going on in there, um, so that you can be in there and be authentic and feel comfortable. So click on the show notes, the link in the show notes, Starting a Business Simplified listeners, Starting a Business Simplified podcast listener group. Say that 10 times fast. So you can click on the link in the show notes. It'll take you right there. If you're in Facebook, you can search the groups, Starting Business Simplified podcast listeners group, and it should pop up for you. I am so excited to do this and to be a part, have this community of small business owners that we're just starting out, or we're in the first 2 years of our business, and we want to connect, we want to collaborate, we want to ask questions and all those beautiful things. So I will see you in the Facebook group.